What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Silver Scott here. Today I want to do another episode of Priced in Silver. And since I have been going down the rabbit hole on this watch, I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to price it in silver. So, if you don't know what this watch is, this is probably one of the most recognizable watches that's ever been made, and it's one of the cheapest ones ever made. Came out in 1989 and has not changed since the day it was made. It's kind of crazy. But I think everyone from Brad Pitt to Obama to if you grew up in the 90s probably wore this watch. So it's the Casio F-91W. Think it debuted in 1989, more than 35 years later. Like I said, it's the same watch. It's cheap, it's simple, and it's incredibly reliable. Some could say it's kind of like silver. Not as cheap as it used to be, but what I wanted to do with these series is show is silver going up in buying power, or is assets really not assets, are items really getting expensive? It's just 'cause interesting to me. I did the one with the Maverick 88. That was kind of cool. So now I want to do one with this Casio watch and see. So I got a bar right here. So in 1989, it almost cost 3.5 ounces of silver because this watch sold in 1989 roughly for about 20 bucks, and the average price of silver is about $5.50 an ounce. So took about 3.6 ounces of silver, 3.5. That's not bad. So just remember though, in 1989, 3.6. Today, with silver spot price being like $64, it takes less than a half an ounce, 0.46 ounces for this watch. So over that 35 years, or in some change, it has dropped dramatically. What would that be? Like 6x? Down 6 times? So that's pretty good. Also, though, let's take a moment and come back to this. The fact that this came out to be $20 in 1989 and is now 30 in 2026 is kind of remarkable. So hands off to Casio. They're the only ones that aren't screwing you over on raising prices. And then maybe Harbor Freight, but that's for another episode. These guys are killing it. Cool watch. It's something that I find just hilarious because when you go, since Casio, well, my head's in the way, so I can't move it. Dang it. But I wonder, can I do this? Let's go back. Yep. So as you can see here real quick, 1989, $5.50, and now silver's all the way to 64 bucks. This is what silver's done. It's the price of the watch. And the watch has gone up $10 as this has jumped up almost $60. So just goes to show that silver is certainly something that maintains or even adds value. And I don't know how else you can say it. Like, you just can't not see it once you start looking at the world like this, when it's like, wow, what cost 6 or 7 ounces 10 years ago, 30 years ago, not only cost me one, it just makes you want to save in something that lets you have more buying power the older it gets. It's kind of cool. And one other way I like to look at it is the silver that bought one of these watches in 1989 could roughly buy 10 of them today, which is really cool to think about. Same amount of silver. So you're obviously getting more on here than just silver, but even though, since I'm guessing this manufacturing got just so big, they're able to use what I think it's called economy of scale, where they lower their prices. It's so crazy how silver is able just to keep up with that. So just remember, 1989, this watch 20 bucks, and now it's about 30. So sometimes you want to ask is not how many dollars does something cost. What we need to ask is how much does it really cost priced in silver. And sometimes the results are pretty crazy, but let me know what you think I should do next. Should I do some more guns, cars? A lot of guys do like the houses and stuff, but I can definitely take my thought process on it. Or do you want me to dive on more random stuff like this that I find interesting? Drop a comment and let me know. Thank you. Like and subscribe.